Good morning, Frederick. Rise and shine.
Hi, I'm Danny Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick.
With a big smile, she brightens up your day. Fills up your day.
Hi, my name is Shu. I'm the owner and operator of Dope Pizza, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick.
Oh, good morning, Frederick. Today is Thursday, March 27th, and I'm your host, Danny Gurry. Well, we have a huge show today. I'm so far behind. I've interviewed so many people, and we've had to squeeze so many in that today it is all about getting people heard. Of course, we're going to go over all the events or a highlight of the events happening in Frederick. Then we're going to meet Macy from Happy Ray's Sourdough. She's got a great little setup right in Amber Meadows in Frederick. And Marilyn Herbert and Dave from the Alzheimer's Association. I checked them out when they were doing a volunteer appreciation event and talking about the walk coming up in October. And Tina Brockett from Encompass Integrative Wellness. I'm telling you, I'm all about trying to get on the healthy kick. And she has some really good advice as well. And then Nicholas Walker from Pooling for Veterans is on today as well. Don't forget, we are coming up to the last few days where you can purchase Good Morning Frederick merch and it benefits Wags for Hope. What a great organization. They go to a lot of, they go to the Frederick Health. They're good therapy dogs. So much fun. And all the money from the proceeds from Good Morning Frederick merch is going to go to them, covers their insurance costs. I'm telling you to go out and take your dogs out to the libraries and things like that. That is one of their largest expenses because they're all volunteer run and they like to try to get more and more people involved. So I think they have about 70 people right now and dogs, which is awesome. But anyway, you can go to the home of everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street in downtown, Wednesdays to Sundays, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., and pick up your Good Morning Frederick merch. And proceeds this month benefit Wags for Hope. And we are so excited to help them out this year. All right, or this month. Okay, let's go ahead and really get the show started. Got to thank our show sponsor, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard of Frederick, open daily noon to 9 p.m. Now, you don't only have to get Italian ice and frozen custard at Rita's, although that is fantastic. They also sell hot pretzels and iced coffees, something for everybody. If you can't get to Rita's, they can come to you. You can order on Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats as well. They also have a mobile unit available. So if you're planning a big event and you want to serve Rita's or you want to allow them to be at your event, they could possibly do that. There's no reason not to have Rita's, 538 West South Street. We are going to jump right into what is happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Taco Bar in Frederick and Gaithersburg and Taquito in Hagerstown. Taco Bar is in West Point Plaza, just off Route 40 in Frederick, and at 3 Russell Avenue in Gaithersburg. And Taquito is at 812 Frederick Street in Hagerstown. They all offer amazing, authentic Mexican food. quality food at affordable prices. Taquito offers all of that with a drive-through experience. TacoBar1.com or Taquito by TacoBar.com for more information about each of those. All right, you know where to find all the events that are happening in Frederick. They're on the Everything Frederick calendar, which I keep up. It is a labor of love, I have to tell you. And I just noticed when I was doing looking up something the other day, almost 3,000 people have accessed the calendar, which I think is kind of cool since I've put it up there, which is not that long ago. So I'm glad you guys are using it. It would make me feel horrible if no one was using it and I was doing all this work. But I guess at least I get to give you this information every single day. All right. Tonight, High Rock presents The Craft of Brand Personality. It is at 10th Ward Distilling from 5 to 7 p.m. I'm going to be over there finding out what High Rock, I mean, they are the experts in a lot of branding, and I love to hear what they've got to say. Tomorrow, 7 to 9 p.m., it is the second annual Battle for South Mountain basketball game. It is at Brunswick High School. They are the staff from Brunswick High School and the feeders are playing the staff of the Middletown feeder schools, and it all benefits Frederick County Mental Health Association. So go on out, watch a fun basketball game, and make sure you take some extra money for the raffles. March 29th, which is Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., how to turkey hunt and trout fishing day. It is at Catoctin Fish and Game in Myersville. It's for kids 6 to 17 years old. There is free lunch served at that event. You're going to want to look that up on social media and you'll find information about it. 11 to 1, it is a 5K to benefit the Seton Center. It is at Mount St. Mary's. If you're looking to get into a run, that might be a good one for you. All right, March 30th, and Nicholas Walker is going to talk about it. March 30th is Sunday. If you know a Vietnam War veteran who would like to go to the welcome home ceremony, which is in Easton, it is on Sunday at 1 p.m. Well, Pulling for Veterans is taking van loads of people down to that event. You're leaving the FSK Mall by 9:15 a.m. on Saturday. Hop in the van and you get a ride down and a ride back. You get to enjoy that ceremony thanks to Pulling for Veterans and Enterprise Rental Car. 3 p.m. is the Flying Cows home game, and it is Community Day. You're going to want to wear your church or town gear or school gear and show your local spirit. I love that. April 1st, which is Tuesday, Good Morning Frederick is 1 year old. Wow. I cannot even believe it. There's going to be some good stuff. We're going to have a great show for you. You're going to want to come down to the home of Everything Frederick in the morning and hang out with us. And if you come by between 9 and 11 a.m., 50% off all Good Morning Frederick merch. Don't miss it. Watch the show as well. You're going to want to stream it. It's going to be a lot of fun. On April 2nd, it is Wednesday, the first Wednesday of every month. It is Cocktails and Conversation at the home of Everything Frederick. We have a great time. We sit around. We have a couple adult beverages. We have maybe some pizza or other snacky foods to eat, and we just hang out and we really get to talk to one another, which I absolutely love about that networking. It is very, very casual and fun. All right, on April 5th from 10 to noon, it is the Youth Fishing Rodeo on Color Lake. Now, they do suggest you bring your own gear. They have some, but not enough for everybody that shows up. But you can go check that out. Now, this is also first Saturday. So you want to come to the home of Everything Frederick at 401 North Market Street. Starting at 11 a.m., we're going to be out there till 4 p.m. We've got Toa Waters. We've got Fortress Foundations. We've got Helping Hands and Caring Hearts. There's going to be a ton of stuff. There's going to be tons of stuff we're giving away. There's going to be some stuff you can purchase. And if you have your furry friend with you, Zooming Grooming is going to be doing $15 nail trims on the spot in their cool van, which will be parked right out in front. Okay. Also, from 11 to 1 that same day, we're going to be doing a sip, sample, and shop with Lori from Neora. Remember, we just saw her yesterday on yesterday's show. If you missed it, you're going to go to YouTube. You want to find it and watch it, because we're going to test some of these beauty products and see if they do as much as Lori swears by. And I'm sure they do, to be honest. But you can check it out. You can test it. And I'm going to have a little mimosa bar set up so you can have a couple adult beverages while you shop and hang out with us at the home of everything Frederick on first Saturday, which is 1 week from this Saturday. All right, on Sunday, it is the Focus Cash Bingo at the Elks, $200 per game cash prize. That is awesome. There'll also be 50-50 raffles, tip jars, and bonus games for that, of course, all benefiting friends of our Frederick County Animal Shelter. And all of that money raised that they do goes to help the pets that come into the shelter who have medical needs. Also, they try to circumvent the shelter altogether and get the animals direct to a foster or get them adopted out. April 10th, it is Take Back the Night at Hood College. There'll be some live performers. It's a supportive and empowering evening dedicated to all survivors of power-based violence. On April 12th, that is Saturday, there is a disc golf tournament in Emmitsburg benefiting the Seton Center. Go to discgolfscene.com to register. I really do want to play disc golf one day. I think I might be pretty good at disc golf. I don't know. I know that there are a couple of courses. There's one in Glade Valley, I think. And obviously there is one in Emmitsburg. All right, starting April 14th at 9 a.m., I am proud to present the Good Morning Frederick County-wide Adult Egg Hunt. There will be 300 eggs hidden all around Frederick County. And you are going to go to the Good Morning Frederick Facebook page. All of the photos are going to be released at 9 a.m. Okay? At 9 a.m., you're going to look at the pictures, and the pictures are going to tell you where the eggs are hidden. Every single egg is attached to a prize. Now, some of those prizes, all of them are great. They are all at least $20 in value. And $500 cash is one of the prizes. 100 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs is another prize. That alone could net you thousands of dollars because each scratch-off has the chance to win $10,000. So that could be a pretty cool one. We've also got gift cards from Intense Barbecue, the Red Horse Steakhouse, Prospect Pantry, 7th Street Cafe, 10th Ward, Sandbox Brew House, Tree Trekker, Starvin' Marvin, Auto Spa, 7th Street Cafe. I know I'm forgetting some of these. McClintock Distilling. Tons of our sponsors, tons of our supporters, tons of friends of mine have given me great prizes to give to you. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I cannot wait to see who finds these eggs around the county. And it is for adults. The kids can help you find everything, but you must be 18 or older in order to redeem or get your prize. All right. And so 9 a.m. So you want to make sure you are following the Everything Frederick, the Good Morning Frederick Facebook page for that. All right. On April 16th, 10 to 5 p.m., it is the Teacher Appreciation Day at Tree Trekkers. Teachers climb free that day. There's also a happy hour with free drinks and free food from 3 to 5 p.m. So teachers, head over to Tree Trekkers, and you can also purchase additional tickets right now at treetrekkersmd.com, and you get a discount. So if you want to take your significant other or your child, you can do that as well. April 19th to 26th is the Thurmont Restaurant Week, And April 24th, it is SHIP's annual lip sync battle. Get your tickets now. 9 teams are competing to raise the trophy and be the winners, including coming back are the champions from last year, which were Business Besties, I think they're called. And it was Crystal from Crash and Catharsis Rage Factory and Tina from Dream Free Art, who is one of our sponsors. They performed together and won last year. So they're back to defend their title. And on April 26th, it's Andrea's House Rise and Renew Gala at the Delaplane Arts Center. You want to get your tickets for that as well. Andrea's House does great work in our community, keeping moms and their kids together while mom is getting sober and working hard to better her life. And Carlia, we've talked to her a couple of times on this program. She is very familiar with this as she went through it herself, which is why she established Andrea's House in the first place, which is kind of cool. All right. If you have an event that you would like featured on the calendar or on the show, all you have to do is email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. You can also send it to me on social media. I am happy to put it into the rotation, so to speak. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're back with Macy from Happy Raised Sourdough. Actually, it's Macy and Hazel. You're going to meet Hazel. We got Marilyn and Dave from the Alzheimer's Association. We have Tina from Encompass Integrative Wellness and Nicholas Walker from Pulling for Veterans. All of that comes up right after this.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining family beyond compare.
Well, it is time to find out who is making this Frederick market excellent. This is what we call market makers. Market Makers is sponsored by Antietam World Travel Service. Travel better with Antietam World Travel Service, your gateway to worry-free journeys. You get extensive networks, unmatched experience, and the personalized service allows you to travel the world with confidence and ease. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com right now and get started on your dream vacation. Well, my next guest, Macy and Hazel, they're starting on their dream vacation, saving up for it anyway, by baking sourdough. That's right. Macy has started Happy Raised Sourdough, and it's a very cool way for you to get some delicious treats. Here they are. Millstream Drive in Frederick, just off Hayward Road, right at the corner. I'm with Macy and
Hazel.
Hazel. Of course. How could I forget that? I keep thinking Ray. So
Her middle name is Ray.
Okay, I was
Hence
going to
our
say
name, Happy Ray Sourdough.
Happy Ray. So are you happy, Hazel?
She is usually.
Yeah, she's like, who is this stranger? Okay, so you are a cottage baker of sourdough.
I am.
Now, I am all over social media
Mhm.
and on TikTok especially. And so sourdough, you got to tell me, because everybody's talking about the starter.
Yes.
Is that how you started, was just kind of figuring that out?
Yeah, so a starter is, instead of using commercial yeast, a starter just uses flour and water.
Okay.
And it ferments using the wild yeast and bacteria in
Okay.
the air.
Okay.
And it is a lot better for your digestive system because the
Okay.
bread is easier to digest. And so I was very interested once I learned about a starter, and there's all these fun terms, like you have to feed your starter.
Yes.
And you can put it to sleep in
Yes.
the fridge. And so yeah, I my starter's name is Ember,
Okay.
and she is the magic behind all that I bake.
And you can make one starter. I've heard people who've had starters for like
Years and years
40
and years.
years.
Yes, yeah, sometimes they get inherited and they have like
Yes.
a 100-year-old starter.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so it is literally, you just keep growing it and pulling off part of it. and-
Exactly. I bake with it. I always save some, and then I always feed it, and I always
What is
feed it,
that?
and then I'm able to increase my supply again,
Yeah.
and it's a really fun process.
That's great. All right. So when did you start the stand?
hmm So we opened the first weekend in February.
Okay.
I just started baking sourdough in October of
Okay.
2024. I had a lot of fails at first.
Okay.
This is not.
Oh, hi.
Oh, she's
It's
just
all
so
good.
interested in everything.
I know. I know. I should. I know.
So I started baking in October of 2024. I had a lot of fails because it's not an easy process.
Uh-huh.
It takes hours and hours, and there's just so many different variables to it.
Yeah.
And once I nailed it, it was so much fun.
Ah.
And I loved being able to bake something that we could eat, that could feed our family.
Yeah.
And I loved the idea of feeding others as well.
Yeah.
So that's when we decided, you know what, we're going to give it a go and open up a stand for Frederick.
I love it. Okay, so it is an honor system.
Mhm.
You've got all the details. Everything is clearly marked. People can order. Can they order, and that's how you have stuff ready to go?
Yes.
How does that
So
work?
I'm typically open on Saturdays. Sometimes I'll have drops throughout the week.
Okay.
And I always have walk-ups available
Okay.
on Saturdays at 9:30. People can just walk up from driving by, and you know, like you said, everything's detailed on here.
Yeah.
It's the honor system. You can pay with cash or Venmo.
Yeah.
And they grab what they want, they add up their total, they pay, and they walk away.
Awesome.
And then pre-orders are opening on Sundays
Okay.
at 2 p.m. It's all over my social media.
Oh,
Bless you.
bless you.
And you can order for pickup the following Saturday. So all of these right here have been already pre-ordered, and then, you know, they get stacked with everyone's name on them.
That is great. I love it. Is this working out as well as you expected? Better than you expected?
I am amazed at how well it's working out. I have been honored by the amount of people who are so interested in the stand.
Yeah.
I've been selling out in minutes on pre-orders.
Okay.
People have been lined up at 9:30 on Saturdays when our walk-ups come out.
Yeah.
We've sold out every weekend so far. So
That is amazing.
it's been so much fun.
So how long does it take you to bake?
Ah,
For your,
yes,
because cottage baking is in your own kitchen.
it is. My girly. So it is in my own kitchen. So the sourdough process just takes a long time. It takes a lot of love and
Yeah,
care.
yeah.
So the whole process, you know, including it from sitting and fermenting and then proofing in the fridge overnight, takes about 25 hours.
Okay.
You have to start prepping about 2 days before you actually want to bake.
Okay.
Thankfully, I have a wonderful, supportive husband
Oh, lovely.
who helps out extra with our little girl here.
Yeah.
And that allows me a little bit more time in the
Yeah.
kitchen and to, you know, spend all this time.
Yeah.
But he's been wonderful. He carried this heavy stand out here, got a big bruise in the
Yeah.
process.
So I love this. You got an old entertainment system. You have repurposed something. Where did you find it?
Facebook Marketplace.
I love it.
And it was, yeah, you could tell it had the little stand that wheeled out like, for computers or TVs. And I love repurposing things anyway. And it works out perfect with a little stand in here.
Yeah.
And I put on some chalkboard and it works out
smart.
great.
I mean, really, it's great setup.
Thank you.
Okay, so when you actually bake, how do you get so many loaves at one time? Because your oven is, I'm sure, just a standard.
Oven, yeah. My poor oven's doing a great job keeping up.
Yeah.
I learned an open bake method. So it's a really popular method to bake your sourdough in a Dutch oven. So I was baking one at a time. And I said, if I'm going to mass produce, I need to be able to bake more than one. And it's called an open bake. So you cook 4 at once, but you have to recreate the steaming process. So it's this whole thing of, you know, putting steam in the oven and taking it out and rotating the loaves. And my baking days are a little crazy, but again, I have a great husband and I have a patient little baby girl here.
Yep. So. That's great. That's great. Okay, so I know that it looks like there's more than just bread. There's more than just sourdough here.
Yeah, so everything is sourdough. But on top of our sourdough loaves, which we have a few different flavors, I have a rotating menu, but we always have original available.
Okay.
Usually jalapeno cheddar is a fan favorite, cinnamon sugar, plain cheddar. And everything white cheddar. So we have the rotating draft.
Love it.
And I have a lot of other flavors in mind. I'm trying to release them a little bit slow.
Don't want to give out everything all at once.
A blueberry one will be coming soon. We also have brown butter chocolate chip cookies, which are just way too addictive.
Yeah.
We've eaten way too many.
I love it.
On top of sourdough cinnamon rolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sourdough cinnamon rolls. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever had them.
Oh, they're delicious.
Yeah.
That's the downside to me baking, though, is me eating so much of it.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I'm so glad this has worked out even better than you expected. I think a lot of us, and me included, are all about trying to get back to as natural as possible.
Yes.
No artificial ingredients or as limiting as possible. And that's why I think this is doing so well, because we've started baking our own bread. I found a really simple 3-ingredient recipe on TikTok, and it's delicious. I did go out and buy a Dutch oven.
Nice.
So that I can actually bake it in something, but I was baking it in my Pyrex. Before that, it was working pretty good.
It'll work out.
But I love the fact that you're giving people the opportunity, the accessibility where you are, right at the corner of Hayward Road and Millstream Drive. I think for a lot of people who would not typically have access to freshly baked goods is excellent.
And that's what I was going for. You know, like you're saying, things that are good for you. You can go to the store and buy sourdough bread, but when you look at that ingredient list, if there is more than just flour, water, and salt, that's not pure sourdough bread.
No, it is not. And to be honest, it's when bread doesn't mold anymore.
Exactly.
You know that there's something in there
keeping
it. There's something wrong.
We have with you know, the fresh sourdough, because I have like sourdough bread care tips on the back because, you know, it does not have a bunch of preservatives in it, but it is good for about 3 to 5 days. I always am a big fan of slicing it and toasting it, making it with sandwiches. It's delicious.
Toasting it, I made grilled cheese with it when we've made it as well. And it is. There's nothing like it. There really is. And when you have it, when it's freshly baked and made without all those ingredients, you taste the difference.
Oh my goodness, absolutely.
So it truly is. And it is a work of art, work of love. I love it. All right. So this is Macy. This is Hazel Ray. But this is Happy Ray's Sourdough. Find them on social media. Place your orders on Sundays, or come try your luck at 9:30 a.m. on Saturday mornings right here at the corner of Millstream Drive and Hayward Road. I'll make sure all the details are on the screen for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Everything you're doing.
It was great to have you.
Yeah, great. She is just adorable. Of course, so is Ray. Well, Hazel Ray, of course. She is a teacher, actually, and currently on maternity leave. I'm not sure if she'll go back to teaching, though she does love it. She did give me a loaf of her sourdough, which was absolutely delicious, and some of the cookies, though I don't eat chocolate, but my family inhaled them. So I know that they were good as well, and want to thank her so much. Be sure to check her out. All right, let's talk about who is doing good in our neighborhood. Doing Good in the Neighborhood is sponsored by Intense Barbecue, family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company. They cook in small batches to make sure when you get the food, it is as fresh as it can be. And I can testify to that. Food is amazing. You can find them at intensebarbecue.com. That's I-N, the number 1, the number 0, SEBBQ.com. When you have Intense Barbecue, you will certainly satisfy your meat tooth. All right, I got a chance to visit with Marilyn and Dave from the Alzheimer's Association right before their volunteer appreciation evening that was at Rack Brewery. And here they are. Rack Brewing on Saginaw Avenue. I'm with Marilyn and David from the Alzheimer's Association.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big evening for you tonight, yeah?
It is absolutely. We're going to be recognizing some of our amazing volunteers, but also sharing a little bit about how people can plug in the local community in all kinds of ways as volunteers.
Yeah, and volunteers, I've talked about this a lot on my show, are the backbone of many of our nonprofits. Tell me, David, how volunteers help the Alzheimer's Association.
Well, you said it very well. They are the backbone for us also. And the reality is, if you have a passion for our cause, or if you're somebody that just likes volunteering, we have any opportunity you can possibly imagine, whether you're into fundraising, whether you like to plan events, whether you would like to be an educator and help deliver our education programs. Truly, every single thing you could possibly imagine, we've got for you.
Right, and I always say this sometimes for our nonprofits, it's more valuable than even writing a check sometimes, is having the bodies that you need to get the events and things you do done. What types of opportunities specifically are coming up? I know you guys, your walk is in October, right?
Yes, our walk is on October 12th here in Frederick. However, teams are already forming, registering to walk that day and fundraise in advance, as well as our committees. So we have committees that work year-round in different capacities to prepare for the walk and to begin raising funds.
So I would imagine anything from a couple hours a month to up to whatever you can afford to do, you guys can put them to work.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also have opportunities on Walk Day in October. And we have what we believe may be one of the largest, if not the largest, group of youth volunteers in the country that join us in Frederick. But some graduate, and we welcome other schools and other groups of youth.
Yeah, we need to replenish.
Yes, we go. It's always
You have been with the Alzheimer's Association for how long now?
Just 3 years this month, but I've been connected to the cause for much, much longer.
Yeah. And David, for you, what was your interest in being a part? You're the executive area director, am I right?
For the state of Maryland.
Okay, for the state, And what got you involved?
So I lost my grandfather, my Boppy, when I was 10 years old. And, you know, I think a lot about him in this role because the last time I saw him was probably the sharpest memory I have from my youth. He was disheveled, he had a bib on with food all over it, he didn't know who I was, he called me Sean. And just I remember driving home really heartbroken that day. And that story is just one of millions of grandkids that they experience when they interact with their grandparent. And so I carry him with me. And then also my Uncle Butch, sadly, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's about 1.5 years ago.
Yeah. And it's just, you know, really it is. You see them, they don't see you, and it just, it's hard not to take that personal sometimes.
Yes.
And so finding a cure and finding ways to live with Alzheimer's, or maybe prolonging, somebody's life so that it's good. That's the kind of work that you guys do, right?
We are excited. In addition to all the care and support and the research we fund, we are moving into this era of treatment. Ultimately, we'd love to find a cure, and we hope we find that in our lifetime. But there are many things available now and more coming that will help with diagnosis as well as treatment for individuals. So it's an important time we're in. The time is now.
Yeah. Well, that's excellent. Well, we know you're going to have a wonderful evening tonight with your volunteers who deserve huge rounds of applause for supporting you guys. And we look forward to talking to you again coming up to October for the walk.
Absolutely. And hey, if you missed the event this evening, it's not too late. Reach out to me. Danny and Good Morning Frederick will have the contact information. Volunteer opportunities again year round.
Yeah.
And I would say too, if Alzheimer's has touched your life, if you or a family member are going through that journey right now, please reach out to us. Our 1-800 number is staffed 24/7, 365 by master's level clinicians to address any challenges that a family might have. So that's 1-800-272-3900.
Awesome. And we'll make sure that's on screen as well as the website so they can reach out to you guys directly if they're interested. The Alzheimer's Association doing great work, not only in Frederick and the state, but around the country. And helping lots of people, hopefully, to avoid the disease if possible, but have a better life for sure. Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Danny.
All right, who's going to join me for the Walk to End Alzheimer's on October 12th? You can get your teams together now. Fundraising for that has begun. All right, we're going to take one more quick break. Then we're back with Tina Brockett from EI Wellness, Encompass Integrative Wellness, and Nicholas Walker from Pooling for Veterans will be back with us as well right after this.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art Splatter Room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they're right here in Frederick, servicing Frederick County and surrounding areas. A&S Construction specializes in roofing and siding. They can also take care of new windows, fix your gutters, and maybe build you a new patio or deck. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. You get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. You just have to tell Sandra you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. That's right. Here you go. This is your warning. Screenshot right now. So you have all the details when you are ready to go ahead and get a quote for any of that work you need done. Sandra's amazing. She's going to take great care of you. Okay, let's talk about who else is making our market phenomenal. Market Makers is sponsored by Maryland Lottery with tons of ways to win. With hot scratch-offs like Big Money, where a $5 ticket could net you $50,000. Or the $2 Monopoly ticket with a top prize of $10,000. Go to mdlottery.com for all the details. Plus, you should download their free app. You can scan tickets to find out if you're a winner. Plus, check out all the games. You must be 18 or older to play, and you please play responsibly. All right, Encompass Integrative Wellness, Tina Brockett. Oh, she is so phenomenal. I could have talked to her all afternoon about how you can get everything you need from some good food. Here she is. At 401 North Market Street. It is the home of everything Frederick, and I am with Tina. And remind, we got so called what is it called?
Encompass Integrated Wellness.
Encompass Integrated Wellness. I saw EI Wellness.
Yes.
Yeah, not to be confused with AI Wellness, but she is very intelligent. Not artificially, though. Nothing artificial about
nothing
you.
artificial. Not at all.
Right. So we got the conversation started. So you are a nutritionist?
I'm a nutritionist, but I'm licensed in Maryland amongst other states.
Yes. Okay. Your practice should be booming, I'm assuming.
It's been an interesting evolution.
I bet it has. How long have you been doing this?
8 years?
Okay,
8 years?
so getting up to the decade. I mean, a decade ago,
yes,
I would say we were in a very different place.
Correct.
And, nothing short of the pandemic and just information now that is available about some of the things that are in our foods.
Yes.
Your practice, what is most people who come to you, what are they experiencing? Is it a variety of things, or do you kind of narrow it down?
It's been a variety of things over the years. I mean, I've worked with people with genetic conditions where there's only 150 of them in the world.
Wow.
That I'm working with different universities.